Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It's Saturday. We just got done, me and Justin got done doing a little bit of work earlier, mowing some yards, and I had to take my Zuzu. Got a small leak in the power steering reservoir, I believe, or one of the hoses that's connected to it. So yeah, I hadn't figured out why it's leaking, but yeah, I feel like I got it figured out. So my new Lazor Z, guys, just hit 100 hours, and I know these videos typically are really popular. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, appreciate you viewing. I started doing videos earlier in January, I believe, earlier this year in January. And I started out doing videos involving my firewood business. I started last November, so I have a lot of videos talking about that. And then once lawn care season rolled around in March, I started doing lawn care videos and shifted over to the lawn care side of things. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, appreciate you viewing. I'm fairly new, obviously, but I feel like I'm getting better and better at communication and explaining things in my videos. So yeah. Appreciate you tuning in, that kind of thing, guys, and feel free, you know how it is, all these different channels, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff too, if you feel free to do so if you want. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about the mower, guys. I'm gonna turn the view around here in a minute, and we'll get some more details in terms of the mower and the things I like about it and some of the new features and whatnot with the Exmark Lazor Z, the X-series mower, guys, and we'll talk about them and what I think about them in terms of the usage and how I use it and that kind of thing, guys. So, yeah, I'll flip the view around here in a minute. But yeah, obviously, guys, it's a great mower. I mean, I know obviously there's a lot of good brands out there. For me, y'all, I've used John Deere in the past, but that was 10 plus years ago. So obviously over the last 10 years, I've primarily been using Exmark, the Lazor Z, and obviously I got a couple walkers too. I've got 2 walkers and a navigator in terms of the bagging mowers. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I much prefer the walker in terms of the bagging style mower over the navigator. So yeah, I'll probably end up buying a new walker this coming year. But anyway, y'all, yeah, it's a great mower. Obviously, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to compare it to other than John Deere that I used 10 plus years ago. I had a couple of John Deeres that I was using. So yeah, I'm sure they're a lot better than they are now. But yeah, the Exmark definitely compared to the John Deeres years ago was preferable and a better mower if you ask me. But yeah, let me turn the video around, guys, and we'll talk more in detail about the mower itself. Like I said, I just hit 100 hours. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm pretty, when it comes to a new mower, I really don't like seeing it getting all muddy and scratched up and all that kind of stuff. So I've been kind of babying it throughout the year, but over the last few weeks I've really put it to the test because I'm trying to get through July, and obviously we're almost done with July, so I'm gonna be using a lot in August too, so I'll be putting a lot of hours on it. But yeah, I just hit 100 hours. I've got 3 other ones, so that's why I'm able to just use it sparingly, that kind of thing. But I'm gonna really start using it a lot here in the coming weeks, especially through August. So yeah, that's why I only hit 100 hours. My equipment utilization isn't really that great, but I'm gonna be really putting it to the test in the coming weeks, trying to get through this 3rd month of hell, like I like to call it. In the summer, that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, let me turn the view around. We'll talk about it more in detail. Hi guys, here's a good view of it right here. I just got done blowing it off real good. As you can see, I could pressure wash it off and really clean it up real nice. Obviously, I got the Exmark non-flat tires, the Tractus tires, I believe that's what they call them. I think Michelin makes a version of them called the Twill. I think they call them Twills, that kind of thing. But yeah, the Exmark version is the Tractus, and I have them on all of my Lazor Z X-series mowers. I got 3 other ones, and we'll talk about how this mower compares to the other 3 older versions as well. But yeah, let's get a good look at it. As you can see, I just blew it off. It's still pretty new looking, but yeah, if I pressure washed some of this mud off and all that, they basically looking brand new. Let's see here how many hours I got on it, guys. Yeah, got 103.4. Yeah, I hit 100 obviously earlier this week. Probably put an hour or 2 on it today, mowing some yards. But yeah, it's definitely a production mower for sure, that kind of thing, guys. So let's talk about the engine. So this one has the Kawasaki FX 921V, which is 31 horsepower. Now my other 3, and I've had actually 2 of my older ones, I've had new engine replacements on those. And it's the 801V, I believe, and it's 25.5 horsepower, 26, let's say 26 horsepower. And great engines. I mean, I haven't had any issues with any of them. Obviously, the gas usage, and this is actually a negative but I'll explain how I feel like, and overall, it's actually a positive here in a minute in terms of the power, you know, kind of canceling out the gas usage. So obviously this thing uses a lot of gas, guys. That's one thing I've noticed about the 921V compared to my other ones, is it uses a lot of gas. A lot of gas, y'all. I mean, it burns through a lot of gas in a day. I mean, I could probably go all day if I'm doing yards, but if I'm sitting on it for a long period of time, you know, doing a big property, I mean, it's gonna guzzle it down pretty quick. But yeah, that's a negative, if you ask me, is the gas usage. But I feel like it's so productive with that extra power compared to the 801V engine, the 26 horsepower Cowie, that I think the production capability makes up for the gas usage. But yeah, that's my thinking there. I know me and Ray have talked about it. He shows his and talks about his Lazor Z's on his videos a good bit, and we're pretty similar. We both got 4 each, and yeah, he's got the newer version as well, and my second newest one's only 3 years old, and it has the 801V engine on it with a 26 horsepower engine. I think it's 25 and a half, whatever. But anyway, the engines, you would think it wouldn't have enough power, but I believe the Kawasaki's, these versions, the torque, it makes up for it with the torque. Apparently they have really high torque in the engine itself that it produces. So I think that helps it in terms of the power output and the ability to really cut through thick grass. But yeah, this one here, guys, just comparing it to the other ones, you know, some properties, if the grass is really thick, especially now, the Bermuda and the Georgia, I might have to go over it twice, but this one is generally one and done. So yeah, it does a really good job. I don't have to worry about double cutting, all that kind of thing. So that's something to consider. Even though it burns a lot of gas, I feel like it makes up for it in production. So yeah, think about that. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this clip off, guys, and we'll talk about the deck and some of the other things, some of the new features here in a second. Hi guys, so let's talk about some of the other features I really like about this new mower compared to my older ones I have. So obviously this was new here. This is the deck adjust, you know, where you stick a little pin in the ground, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's new. That's different compared to my other ones. And I like it. The other one was set up on the side here, and you have to put the pin into the side, but obviously this one's this flat little tray area here where you just take this little pin out and put it in to whatever height you want it to be. Obviously pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I like that new feature there on the new Lazor. Yeah, it just makes it easier, and it's just, you know, it's just right there for you. So yeah, every now and then on the old version, that little pin might fall out, and you know, obviously you worry about losing it, that kind of thing. So obviously we don't have to worry about it here. Once you stick it in the hole, I mean, it's there, it ain't coming out, that kind of thing, guys. So yeah, this locks it. This little lever here can lock the deck once you raise it up. Obviously there's the pedal to raise it up, that kind of thing, lift it. And here's the adapt feature, guys. Let me talk about that. So that's something new. I think it added, like, it wasn't very expensive. It added maybe $500 to the cost, and we'll talk about the overall cost here in a minute, guys, in the closing. I'll turn the view around and we'll chat about it some more. But yeah, let's talk about the adapt feature. So I've really been kind of testing it out and just trying it out on different scenarios, whether it's weedy yards or wet grass. I've really been using the, I think they call it the positive rake for wet grass here lately, over the last week or so. So yeah, I believe this is the positive rake where it angles it down, and it's primarily for wet grass. So what it does, or the reasoning behind it, what it does, it just angles the deck. As you can see, it angles it up, that kind of thing. So what the purpose of it is when the grass is wet, it'll keep it from clumping as much, I believe, is what the main reasoning for it is. So yeah, and I have been using it and testing it out. It does seem like it does spread the grass out a little better, and keeps it from clumping as much when it's wet. And that's primarily what that's for. I believe it's called positive rake, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so the negative rake, the top versions here, the top 3, and obviously right now, guys, I just got it in the normal setting, which was what I prefer when I'm cutting really nice Bermuda grass or zoysia that doesn't have weeds in it, that kind of thing. I just prefer to leave it in the normal setting because it does look a little different when you're using the adapt feature itself. Just the angle of the deck, it just makes it look a little different. And personally, I prefer the look of it. Like I said, when it comes to cutting the good weed-free grass in the normal setting, which is what it's in now. So yeah, the negative rake, which is for weeds, weedy grass, I have been using it a good bit because I got a lot of weedy yards and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll put it in one of those 3 holes, depending on how weedy the grass is. And I've been testing it out, like I said, just to see how it does. So if it's a super weedy yard, I'll put it in the most extreme setting here, that kind of thing, in terms of making that deck angle. I believe it angles it down. Yeah, the back side of the deck, as you can see, it angles it down in the negative rake for weeds, guys. Like I said, it's for weeds. So yeah, it definitely makes a difference. Now, it's gonna cut the weeds good regardless of the setting, but yeah, I feel like it does a better job of not leaving stragglers when you put it in that negative rake. If that makes sense, guys. So yeah, I've noticed that it does. Like I said, that's one thing, and I mentioned this to Ray. I believe he keeps it in the negative rake setting. Personally, I prefer the normal setting when it comes to weed-free grass, like I said before, but it looks different, guys. It provides a different looking cut. It's still super smooth and clean, but it's just a little bit different. So yeah, just gotta consider that. But I do feel like it definitely keeps you from having to double cut those weedy yards, especially the bahia grass and when it's dry and all that kind of stuff, as often if you had it in the normal, so to speak. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting the adapt feature, because I mean, frankly, it doesn't cost a whole lot, especially when you compare it to the overall price. Anyway, might as well go ahead and spend the extra money. If you're going to spend this kind of money on a mower, might as well go ahead and get that feature on it. I definitely think it's worth it. Is it a game changer? No, but it is worth it, guys. But yeah, hey, listen, I'm gonna take a little break and we'll talk about the deck and some other things here in a minute. Talk to you later. Hi guys. So yeah, let's talk about the deck here in a minute. I mean, I feel like I got, basically, I mean, there's only so much you can talk about with a mower, but I feel like those particular features and the engine itself are obviously important to discuss when it comes to the mower. Now the deck, and I know Exmark is well known for the deck and just being really strong and sturdy. Guys, I've never had to replace a spindle on an Exmark mower. So let's talk about the spindles. Obviously second to none in terms of the deck and not having to worry about those things tearing up. Like I said, I've never had that happen where I had to replace a spindle. And I've put 1,500+ hours, actually, yeah, 2,000 plus hours in my oldest one. It's got like 2,300 hours on it. So yeah, I haven't even had to replace the spindle yet on it. I did replace the engine, the original engine on it a couple years ago, and put the 801V Kawasaki. And by the way, it seems like Kawasaki small engines are really taking over the market. I'm pretty sure most of the mower brands nowadays are using Kawasaki. So yeah, obviously they're taking over. Really good engines, and I really like this one here. But yeah, y'all, the deck itself, I mean, Exmark is renowned for the deck being really strong and sturdy, and the cut quality is tremendous. That was one thing that really separated it from my John Deeres that I had years ago, was the cut quality. So it seemed like it cut a lot smoother, and you didn't see the blade marks as well. I'm assuming that had something to do with the blade tip speed itself. So yeah, love the cut quality of this mower especially, but all my Exmarks, the Lazor Z X-series provides a great cut, great quality cut. Yeah. Guys, I mean, it's a great mower. I mean, I know there's a lot of good brands out there, but you can't go wrong with Exmark. I don't think I mentioned the total price. So out the door with the twill tires now, not the twills, what do you call them? Whatever you call the Exmark version of the flat free tires. Out the door with the tires, the adapt feature, and yeah, the 901V engine. Excuse me, the 921V engine, the 31 horsepower engine. I could have got the smaller engine on there, but I just wanted to see, how the extra power helped the mower, and I'm glad I did, even though, like I said, the gas is, costly because it uses a lot of it, that kind of thing. So that's kind of a downside. But yeah, all in all, out the door, this mower is a little bit over $18,000, and I get the 15% off discount too. So yeah, it was like $18,100. With the tires, and like I said, the adapt feature, even with the discount. But I mean, guys, I mean, every new brand mower nowadays is going to be around 15 at least, generally. So yeah, I think I paid 18 a few years ago for the walker. And of course I added some things to it, that kind of thing. So yeah, all the new mowers can be expensive nowadays. Exmark's no different, but yeah, I feel like it's worth it for sure. I mean, it'll last me years and years, especially with me having several already, 4 mowers, 4 Lazor Z's already. I'll have to rotate them out, that kind of thing. So yeah, love the mower, guys. Highly recommend it. If you're just starting out, I mean, if you can afford it, yeah, definitely go ahead and get you a really good commercial mower. You want to get you a mower that you can grow into as you add yards, and obviously the more productive and efficient you can be, the better. You know, you can just add more and more customers, the more efficient and productive you can be out here and make more money in turn, guys, even though obviously they're expensive, but it's worth it in the end, especially when you're in, you know, my situation, my business being the way it is, that kind of thing, guys. With as many yards as I have, I've got close to 240 properties and only a few guys working and some part-time help. Yeah, y'all, yeah, great mower, love it. And we put in a lot of hours on it here in the coming weeks just to get through the season, that kind of thing, guys. But if you're looking for a new mower, and you know, obviously Exmark, I think it's the most popular brand in the country, go ahead and get you one of these. At least take a look at it and talk to your dealer about it. But yeah, highly recommend it. I love it. And get the twill tires too, by the way. We'll have to do a video talking about those. Not twills, what do you call them? Yeah, it's gonna bug me. But anyway, yeah, y'all know I said the name earlier. Yeah, it's gonna bug me, guys. But anyway, yeah, get the non-flat tires, guys. Totally worth it, even though they're pretty expensive. But go ahead and get those. If you're new to the channel, guys, appreciate you viewing. Feel free to comment anytime you want to comment. Ask me a question, a topic, whatever, and we'll discuss it in a future video, that kind of thing, guys. I appreciate every one of you. God bless you. Talk to you later.